Hey everyone, this is Kurisu, and tonight I'm going to be reworking the shading on my dab emote on screen here. I didn't really like the way it turned out last night, so I'm gonna just fix it. In addition, tonight is also Q&A night because it's Wednesday. Hey, welcome to chat, Lone Wolf. Tonight's co-host is Hambone. That's my big dog. Right now, he's just kind of hanging out, scritching his ears. But yeah, just in case anybody didn't see my message just now, I want to make a mention that I am in the process of sort of transitioning over to TikTok as far as where I'm hoping, Hambone says hi, as far as where I'm hoping to share most of my social media updates moving forward. So if you'd all consider following me there, I'd really appreciate it. Right now, my goal is to reach 1,000 followers, because in doing so, I will be able to live stream there as well. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started on our shading. I'm gonna go ahead actually and just get rid of our highlights because changing the shadows is going to impact where those highlights will end up. Go ahead and just erase all of our shadows. Bam. All right. Awesome. I appreciate that, Lone Wolf. Things have been all right. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna fix the tooth here too because I don't like the way that looks. So life has been fun recently, but thankfully it's been in a positive way and not fun in a sarcastic way like it was last year. Because last year at this point, had been more than I would have ever asked to deal with. Because if I remember right, like in the first week of January, somebody hacked my whole life. I am exaggerating a little bit because I was able to recover all of my accounts, thankfully. But I don't know specifics on how that came about because I'm really careful about everything. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I just know that one day I was at work and I saw that I got a notification that I was live on Twitch, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And that was where the adventure began. But thankfully, this year so far has been a lot less to deal with, and I'm beyond thankful for that. In addition, I also have just been having a lot better time in general. Have fun, Sniper. Yeah, and it's crazy because, like, I don't know. I don't usually like to complain about other people, but 100% last year, if I was left to my own devices, I would have been fine, but everybody else decided that I'd be living life on hard mode, and here we are. Makes things interesting for sure. You never know sort of what you can handle until you have to handle all of it. I feel like that is the darker shading. One moment here. There we go. Alright, so basically the idea here, I randomly decided while coloring this emote that I was going to add flames in the background, and at that point my shading didn't make sense anymore because the flames are a light source. So to have the light source from like in front made no sense. So we're gonna adjust our shading to be a little bit more like this emote right here. I don't plan on adding the glow on the eyes, but I will add highlights from the flames, etc. Also, how's everybody's day going so far? Yeah, it's hard to say, Sniper, because I always have my previous day's streams available on my profile, or on my channel, I guess. So they could have easily just been looking over what was there. But yeah. Hopefully they get whatever they deserve in life. Let's see, good. Ate some beef pasta earlier. Sounds like a good time. Alright, so a fun way to start the shading. When you have a light source from behind, it makes life a lot easier if you just shade your whole image and then erase where the highlights are. Let's see, you're doing okay just at work. What meal did I have today? I had chicken and rice. For anybody who follows me, I think I only shared that one on Facebook and maybe Discord. But I made ramen on Monday, but I also made chicken and rice that night. Because my chicken and rice was going to be lunch this week, and it has been lunch so far every day. I will make a side note on that. Some people get tired of things when they have them every day. I don't really mind. It just makes life easier if I can cook for a whole week at once instead of having to cook every night. Also, no, you didn't stream last night because you were tired. Understandable. Yeah, it's a lot more fun to stream when you're not tired. Makes it a lot easier too, to be honest. Because like I've streamed both when I'm extremely tired and when I'm not tired at all, and there's definitely a difference. you also didn't really have anything good to play. That's fair. You also have to be in the mood for streaming, really. Like, some people can just do it, but like, I feel like things flow a lot better when you're like actually into what you're doing instead of just like, oh, I have to stream because I have to. Because like, I don't know, I don't typically feel that way. But I mean, everybody has their days, I guess. Also, there is no obligation, but tonight is Q&A night. If anybody has any questions, I am more than happy to answer just about anything. My limitations are just keeping everything appropriate and not asking, like, personal identifying questions in the sense that, like, I won't share anything like my phone number, my address, etc. You do from time to time, but with your job and constant rides that are needed by your roommates, there really isn't time for it. I mean, have you ever considered, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to sound insensitive in saying this, but like, have you ever considered maybe telling your roommates to figure out how to get places on their own? I mean, because like, I can understand like if it's something where it just like helps out, but it's like, at the same time, if you're not able to enjoy certain aspects of your life because you're too busy helping other people, like, I don't know, there's a point where it's like just not necessarily beneficial anymore. Like, because if you are helping people to your own detriment, then like sometimes it's a good idea to sort of set boundaries, I guess. Let's see, usually you stream from your console. You know, I've never done that before. I've only ever streamed from PC, so I don't know what it's like. What console do you play on? Personally, I prefer PlayStation. Currently I have a PS5, but it's kind of just collecting dust. Same for my Nintendo Switch. I've never really been a fan of Xbox personally. But part of that's just because I've never really had one. So whenever I have tried to play, the controller just doesn't feel very natural. Let's see, between the two of them, they have one vehicle, but it's a 2020. So is that because they're like trying to put like fewer miles on it, or they have some other reason to not drive it? You're also debating getting the Switch too. See, I've considered it, but I'm kind of just like waiting to see like if it's something that is backwards compatible in the sense that like I'll still be able to play the games I currently have with it, and or like be able to play new games on the Switch I already have, or if it's like actually a new console, because I haven't really looked into it. I know that Nintendo just likes to repeat things, so that's just something I have to verify to see if it's like an actual new console or if it's just a redesign, basically. I see. So, like, the way you said that made it sound like they just didn't have a vehicle, period, and like you were just constantly driving them everywhere. At least that was the implication that I got from your statement. It's like if it's not a permanent situation, that doesn't seem that bad. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about new consoles breaking, etc. Because, like, generally speaking, even if there are issues, typically if you take care of them and you're not abusing your console, it's not typically gonna break. I mean, obviously there are exceptions to everything, but that's kind of just the way I see it. No, you're good. I just wanted to verify because, like, the last thing I would ever want is for somebody to be getting taken advantage of in a situation. Hey, welcome to Chat Knox. Let's see, PS6 releases in 2027. Sounds like you've been busy. Awesome, have fun getting your beef pasta. You're okay, just needing to get through the day and the weekend. Yeah, I get that. Pretty sure everyone's in a similar boat right now. Sorry about that. My voice squeaked a little bit because it's a little scratchy because it's been cold. I'm not sick or anything. It just happens because like last week it was like I'm not exaggerating. There were days that was like in the or not negative. Wait, was it negative? Pretty sure it was like -5 last week, but I'd have to verify. And then today it's literally like 40 degrees. Yeah, like I knew it was last week. I'm just trying to remember like specifically what the temperature was. So I've kind of blocked out that portion of my memory because I'm not a fan of the cold. Let's see if my weather app will let me go backward, or if it will only let me see future updates. Okay, it doesn't let me look at previous days. Oh well. Why couldn't February be February? Gross. I'm a little biased though, I don't like alcohol. Fruit juice. Does Hambone have... Sorry, does Hambone have any toys in my stream room? Yeah. He actually has a whole bucket full of them, but right now he's napping on the rug instead because he's had a long day of napping. He's a growing boy. He needs his sleeps. He got so tired of sleeping, so he went to sleep. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Doggo has all the adventures, but a lot of them are in Dreamland because he doesn't want to do anything right now. Curious how this will look if I highlight the eye here, because I feel like this eye behind the hair, even though we technically can't see it, needs a little bit more definition for the emote to look right, but we'll find out if this looks okay. I'm debating, but I'm leaning towards no, we're not gonna do that. He does do his twitchy sleepy feets. They actually both do. So between the two of them, I think Hoki is probably a little cuter when she is asleep and dreaming. Because sometimes like I'll hear a weird noise and I'm like, what is that noise? And like it sounds like she's like chewing on something, but then I look and like I see her like moving her mouth and like sometimes her tongue sticks out a little bit and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's dreaming about giving people kisses because that's her favorite thing. And then Hambone usually just kicks his feet a little bit. He doesn't do anything too out of the ordinary. Lone Wolf just redeemed my Hydrate Redeem. Tonight I am drinking black tea because it's my favorite. Alright, and that portion of our stream was staying hydrated with Kurisu. Yay, hydration. Let's go ahead and drop a tea emote because that's what we're drinking tonight. I should... I don't know. It sucks that I don't have more emote slots, honestly, because I would love to do more food and drink emotes. You get the feeling that no matter how many emotes I make, the cutest one will in the whole world will always be my ramen emote. Oh my gosh. I don't know, like, because they all kind of have sort of their pros and cons. See, ramen. But yeah, because food and drinks are like my favorite thing. So like, if I could have an emote for all of my favorite drinks and foods, I would totally do it. But then we'd fill up all the emote slots. No, I haven't done the yay one yet. That will be one of our animated emotes. With, oh my gosh. I love that emote, Sniper. Also, what's the little one? Because it kind of looks like, not sure what that is. 1 second. Oh my gosh. Probably a cat. I don't know. It says Andalusian Crush. I have no idea. We are gonna make sure that we snooze that restart notification, because I would hate for my computer to just randomly decide it was going to restart during a stream. That would probably tick me off. Oh, yeah, I've been saving occasionally. You like the hair swoop? Thank you. How would somebody accidentally press Alt F4 with Control S? Which, on that note, all of my shortcuts that I use all the time are on a remote that's linked with my tablet. Oops. So thankfully, I don't have an issue with accidentally doing the wrong command unless I accidentally hit the wrong button. But Alt F4 is not one of my shortcuts. The closest thing I've ever done to that, which, like, it wasn't an Alt F4 situation, it was one time when I was working on some traditional art. So I was at the same desk where I usually, you know, do my digital art. And so I had my keyboard and everything next to me, and, like, I wasn't thinking, and I messed something up, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I hit Control Z, and I'm like, But it was okay. Because thankfully, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times, if you're working with traditional art, there are ways to fix whatever happens, or anything that gets messed up along the way. Like, occasionally it can take more steps than you want to put into it, but the majority of the time there's a way to maybe not make the piece exactly what you want it to be or what you had originally planned, but there are ways to make it drastically better than the point where it is. And I think it's fun, like, looking at it that way, because it's kind of similar to how life is too. Is, like, a lot of times, you know, people feel really defeated when something happens and they're like, oh my gosh, I could never possibly fix this situation. And it's like, well, you know, just make the best of it, do what you can, and color over it with something to distract yourself from the mistakes that have been made. Oh, you were trying to enter full screen and hit the wrong button. That sucks. Something bugs you, and that's when coworkers don't listen. Yeah, that's fair. Like, it depends on what they're not listening about, but, I definitely understand where you're coming from. Because, like, especially if it's something that impacts your workday, that can be really agitating. I wonder if it's gonna be too much if I connect that. So it might be just zoom out. Actually gonna emphasize that a little bit more and see how this goes. Usually my intrusive thoughts are, so one of them that used to be intrusive and now it's just like a thought I have and I'm like, you know, I actually kind of want to do that. You know the orange construction barrels? Like in construction zones? I have always wanted to hit one of those with my car. Obviously, I don't for both legal and safety and, like, property damage reasons, but I would totally just, like, you know, invest in a car that's, like, barely running and a traffic barrel just for the experience. Oh my gosh, that was really off topic. But yeah. Intrusive thoughts can be an adventure. You try to call out a standby and wait for a confirmation that they got and nothing. That's frustrating. Bone's getting a drink because he's thirsty. Also, just to follow up, do we have any questions for Q&A tonight? If not, it isn't a big deal. I'm just making sure that everybody gets a chance if they want to. In addition, I also want to make a mention that I'm currently in the process of building my following on TikTok. And the primary reason for that is just because if I have 1,000 followers or more there, then I am theoretically eligible to stream on TikTok as well. So I would like to do that. Yeah, there is a link if anybody is interested. I'm kind of just wanting to sort of transition there from Facebook and a few other platforms, just because I feel like it's easier to interact with people there. But that's just my experience. Because, like, I know I don't have a whole lot of content there as of yet, but I know that most of the things I've shared on TikTok have had more, just, you know, more views, etc., than anything I've ever posted on Facebook. So, yeah. And it's not necessarily because I, you know, want to, like, be popular or anything. It's just, I really want to stream there also. But yeah. Because, like, the more people I can share my art with, the better. Just because, like, I really enjoy sharing with people. It's cool to get, like, different opinions and perspectives on the things that I make, and that's something that I can't really get when it's like just the few people that actually see my stuff on Facebook, because the algorithm there is broken. Don't say that, Sniper. Oh my gosh. And Hoki is saying hi to everybody on stream as well as the entire neighborhood. Yeah, she's being noisy right now. Alright, I am liking this shading a lot better than the shading we had last night. Alright, one moment here. Gonna get the big eraser out and give everything a subtle gradient. What happens to foes cut by my scythe? That depends. Why do you say that, Nox? say in some ways having conflicted emotions is just part of life. I mean, because it can also be part of having non-conflicted emotions, because first step to figuring things out is acknowledging that you're not sure how you feel. You can ask yourself a lot of questions and sort of figure out, oh, that's why I feel this way. That's just my experience. Oh my gosh, Sniper. That has to be stressful whenever it happens.
What the? A ghost?
Yeah, I agree. It is a lot easier to make friends online. Because, like, it kind of eliminates that sort of awkward feeling. In the sense that, like, I don't know if anybody else feels this way. But, like, when I meet people, like, new people in person, like, is just, I don't know, like it's not necessarily stressful, um, but it's a lot easier to get distracted from the actual like conversation that's taking place and wondering like, like what is their opinion of me? Like I don't really care too much in the sense that like I don't let others' opinions impact my decisions. But like I'm always just curious like, am I making a good impression? But like online, you kind of get to eliminate a few things here and there. Like, as an example, uh, my expressions don't always match up perfectly with what I have going on. And that can make things a little bit awkward if a meeting is in person because I'm not very expressive when it comes to facial expressions when I am nervous or uncomfortable. Um, I don't know. So, like, being able to just talk through text instead kind of just eliminates all of those things. Yeah, I mean, in my case, I think it's more of like a trust thing, because I'm usually more expressive around people that I've had the chance to get to know and trust. But like around new people, I'm kind of just like, I don't know about you. Is it okay to trust you with knowing how I actually feel? Hey, welcome to chat, Dirk. How's it going? Doing good, just chilling while it's snowing. Oh my gosh. I love and hate the snow because it's like, it's so pretty, but it's cold. And I love looking at it, but it's cold. Thanks, I'm glad you like it so far. I'm a lot happier with it than I was last night. Because like, I think last night it probably would have been fine if I didn't decide to randomly add fire behind the emote. But when I did that, the lighting was all off, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all of my light coming from the front, and the main light source is behind, so I had to redo the shading. It looked really bad. Ah, oops. Oh my gosh, I had my eraser instead of my paintbrush. Trying to get as close to this color for the highlights as possible, but I have a different blending mode. I know what I need to do. 1 second. Oops, that was the wrong glow. That's the eyes. Oh, I see. So that's just all on highlights. Huh. Now that I think about it, the highlights over here on the dab emote might be too much. I don't know. Then there's a chance this may still be wrong because it's a little closer, maybe. Gonna just make it a tad brighter. Because I don't think I was originally using full opacity with the other one. Oh my gosh, Hambone. Thanks, I'm glad you like the fire. Let's see. Eating tuna casserole with burger sauce. That sounds like an interesting combination of things. I've never had either of those. Yay, emotes! So many emotes. I think you're the first one to use my angry emote, Dark. Thank you, I'm glad you like them. Let's see, since you don't have cayenne pepper, you have to use something. Let's see, does that look better with or without the highlights? It looks better, but we're gonna tone them down a bit. Yeah, only 3 original. Oh, actually, there is a 4th one, but I'm the only one who can use it. I take that back. There's also. Oh, nope. Never mind. I was gonna say I still have my old fight emote, and I'm like, wait a second. I have the new fight emote. This is just my opinion, but like, I don't really put any value in fame, because like, I don't know. It just isn't worth the drama. Because even if people don't know your, like, you know, like your identity, whatever, like, you still have to deal with drama. And like, I just don't know if that's worth it. Because like, generally speaking, if people are famous, even if they don't do anything wrong, people still try to cause problems for them just because they can. So, like, I don't know if I'd want that. Right? Drama is not cool. Alright, I think I might be done with this. I am gonna... Actually, one moment. I want to tone this down a little bit still. I think I also want to adjust the shadows just a little bit. It's not really a noticeable change. Welcome back, Sniper. my gosh, Hoki. I don't know why she's being so talkative tonight. Hoki's still angry about losing her crab. Well, if she didn't pull all the stuffing out of it. Yeah, I don't think that really fits them. Also, I just wanted to remind everybody tonight is Q&A night. If anybody has any questions, I am happy to answer anything within reason. depends. Um, I actually haven't gone swimming for a really long time, but when I do go swimming, I prefer to swim underwater versus above because I don't float very well. As long as you're not drowning. Hey, welcome to chat, Evie. How's it going? I'm doing all right, thanks. Um, Tonight is Wednesday Q&A night. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask in chat. Tonight we are finishing my dab emote. I worked on it a bit last night, but I wasn't happy with the way the shading was. So tonight I was kind of reworking that. Right now I am kind of in the process of seeing if I can get it uploaded tonight. So, opinion. If I had to cut off any part of the emote, would it make more sense to cut off part of the hair on the left side or a small portion of the hand on the right? Like, I feel if part of the hand is cut off, it's gonna make the dab, like the action, look more dramatic if it's out of screen. It's like, it's a little counterintuitive, but like, if you think about it. Have I ever been to the beach? I have been to the Atlantic Ocean once. One year my family went on vacation in South Carolina. That was an adventure. I think I prefer swimming in lakes to swimming in the ocean, though. I guess any body of water could be considered a beach, though. Did I check your Discord profile for something cool you got on it? I haven't. Did you send me a message there, Evie? If you did, I apologize. I have my notifications on Discord turned off because I'm in just a handful of servers and they have like 1.5 million notifications throughout the day, so I can't really deal with that when I'm at work. Oh, you got Jeff the Land Shark from Marvel Rivals on your profile? Awesome. Your drawing was adorable though, Dark. By the way, since you are a mod in the channel, I think it should let you share a link if you want to. Because links are blocked for everybody else, but you should have a few options that not everybody else does. Yeah, test it out. It would probably help if you used a URL. Yeah, I agree. You're adorable. Oh my gosh. Also, we're gonna test out the dab emote. Let's see if this looks right. Ah, it did work. That's awesome. So yeah, if anybody wants to check out Dark's drawing, it's pretty adorable. You can explain if you'd like. I usually let people speak about their own art, but the dab emote works. You've had mixed reactions. Yeah, I mean, that's just part of making art, though. Because, like, sometimes people are gonna like it and sometimes they're not. But essentially, Rule 63. That's all. Alright, so I'm gonna give everybody a last chance. Do we have any more questions for Q&A? If not, we can go ahead and get our raid set up for tonight. Oh, you're good, Sniper. There is never any obligation to participate in Q&A. I just like to make sure that everybody has a chance if they want to. I kind of want to adjust my saturation a little bit on this one, but I feel like if I upload again, it's gonna be like, hey, we have to approve your emote. Because Twitch is like that sometimes. Looks like we've had a couple people join the channel. Welcome. My name is Kurisu and I am a digital illustrator. I also play games sometimes. Recently I've been focusing on recreating the entirety of my set of channel emotes. Tonight we finished my dab emote, which is currently on screen and has also just been added to my list of usable emotes for tier 1 subscribers. So yeah. In addition, it's also Q&A night, so if you have any questions, I am happy to answer. Yeah, that's fair, Dark. It's a little cliche, but my favorite has always been Spider-Man. And like, it's cool that like the media has always kind of like focused on, oh my gosh, Spider-Man is Marvel, blah blah blah. Like that's like one of the main characters that people choose to acknowledge when like there are so many others. So I'm glad that my favorite character happens to be one that they choose to make different things about, but at the same time, Marvel has kind of been hit or miss, especially recently, because it's like they're putting out movies for the whole purpose of like making money, and like I'm not saying the story is bad, but it's not good. See, I haven't watched The Eternals, so I don't have an opinion. Don't. Okay, I won't. Oh my gosh. Are there any other things to don't watch? Oh my gosh. Um, Everybody is entitled to their opinion, but those opinions cannot include spoilers. Um, like I've mentioned previously, if we're discussing anything movie related, I don't care how long something's been out. I don't recommend mentioning specifics on anything that is plot related. Just because I like to be courteous, and even if something's been out like a while, like I still try to give everybody the opportunity to watch it without having that ruined. So yeah, that said, last chance, do we have any questions for Q&A? If not, I can go ahead and get a raid set up. You feel like after Endgame Marvel ended? That's totally fair, because like, you can tell that like, based on how that movie ended, that was kind of the intention in some ways. But then they're like, ooh, people will keep paying to watch movies? Let's do it. Oh my gosh, Hokey. Such a noisy pupper. One moment. Alright, so, oh, was she borking? Oh, what is she borking about? I know, she is trying to get the attention of the neighbor dog, because every time they go outside, she's like, oh my gosh, play with me. But the neighbor dogs are just going outside to take care of their business. And like, she can't even see them, she just hears the neighbor opening the door. And like, cause the front door doesn't have like a window in it or anything. And she's just like, oh my gosh, I have to go play with my friends. Like, her friends that she's only met a couple of times, because she gets way too excited. She's got spider sense. No, she's got dog hearing. But yeah, that is kind of a spider sense in its own way. Hambone is currently napping, so he doesn't say anything. Oh, he woke up because Hokey's being noisy. Good morning. Oh, big yawn. Come here. Come here, doggo doggo. Good morning. Oh, big stretch. Yay for ramen. As long as we don't talk about what food we were last time. Oh my gosh, we're not going to do that. We're not even going to bring that up. No, you didn't. You did not help at all. Oh my gosh. That was such a bad time. I suppose it could have been worse somehow. Ambone, you're on my toe and it hurts. There we go. Don't stand on people's feet. That's rude. He gives such little kisses. Oh my gosh. Alright, I don't think we have any more questions for Q&A. So do we have any recommendations for a raid? If not, I have somebody that we can raid tonight. But I'm always happy to support whoever we can. And Hambone found his crab, the one that isn't flat and isn't missing a squeaker. Because he takes care of his toys, unlike Hoki, who likes to shred them. You're good, Sniper. Yeah, thanks for being here. And thank you everybody for stopping by to hang out. I really appreciate it. I will be back same time tomorrow. Oh, actually, 1 second here. I'm gonna zoom out. Turn our canvas back on. So do we have a preference for which emote we want to color tomorrow? Hambone's attacks aren't effective against crabs. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I just wanted to give everybody a chance to decide which emote we will color tomorrow. Alternatively, we can also do line art for these few at the bottom that are actually drawn. I will note though that the ones down here, these 4, the 3 that aren't colored, or 3 that aren't line arted. The ones I haven't done line art for. Yeah, we can do the angel emote. That said, there is a chance I won't get to color, just because line art can take some time, so it'll depend on how everything's going. But we can start line art tomorrow and continue, potentially. Just depends on, yeah. But yeah, we will go ahead and raid Arted Not Farted. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do tend to prefer art. It is definitely a lot more pleasant than the alternative. That was a big yawn, Hambone. Are you sleepy? You sleepy boy? You just woke up from your nap so that you can go sleep some more? Oh my gosh. Both are relieving? Oh my gosh. On that note, we'll go ahead and raid, let's raid Sarah Shover. Raid Sarah Shover. Alright, If you could all give her a follow when we get to her channel, I'd really appreciate it. She is somebody who has bought art from me in the past, so I wanted to show support for her stream. Right now, it looks like she's... I don't know if it's playing VR chat, because VR chat is kind of its own thing. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Like I was saying, I'll be back same time tomorrow. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. And we will be starting line art of my angel emote. So yeah. Thanks again, everybody, and have a wonderful night.